right. You probably won't see any sharks, not any big ones anyway. I see little sharks in here all the time, but you won't see any big ones. Now, a dolphin by itself is no match for a shark. However, a pod of dolphins, that's a whole different story. At that point, a shark can be no match for a pod of dolphins. I've actually seen one of these pods take down a shark before. We had about a 10 to 12 foot hammerhead that tried to come in here, probably looking for baby dolphins to eat. He made it to the mouth of the harbor to the buoy out there in front of us, and that's about as far as he got. That's when these dolphins absolutely destroyed it. Within minutes, he was belly up. We watched it happen on one of our tours. They're very protective of this harbor. This is where they breed and give birth. That's why they're so protective of it. Now, they won't eat a shark. They won't even bite a shark. They will ram a shark with their bottle nose. So imagine a 200-pound dolphin ramming you in the ribs at 27 miles per hour over and over and over again.
계속 많은데 이거 지금 따라가면서 이렇게
그래 그물 안에
아니 건물 안에 있는 거 말고 그 옆에 계속 따라가면서
Any bird phobias on board? No? I've had a few.
Ooh, so many. Yo.
There's one here somewhere that's my favorite one. Her name is Ashley. She's got about a 4-inch cut down the middle of her dorsal fin. She got caught up in a crab trap, and the line got wrapped on her body. As she was carrying the crab line around with her, she went, the line got tighter and tighter and started to cut right through her fin. Ashley went to the beach to go beach herself and die from pure exhaustion. They found her on the beach, they cut her free of the line, nursed her back to health, and she's here somewhere on her second kiss of life with a brand new baby doing very, very well. Yeah, I love a good comeback story. Her baby is literally the one that was born on Easter Sunday. Don't forget to put it on your side. Just squat down so everybody can see, please. There they are, back left corner, coming this way.
저기도 계속 따라오네.
These dolphins have to eat about 30 pounds of shrimp, fish, and squid a day to survive. Just like me. The babies will nurse their mom until they're about 3 years old, and after that, they come for themselves. Until they're fully grown, they have to eat about 5% of their body weight every single day. And they will name themselves. They name themselves through a series of whistles. They can recognize their own name and the names of others. And they also use a clicking sound called echolocation to hunt and navigate. It's just like sonar. The average lifespan of a dolphin is about 40 to 45 years old, with a gestation period for a female dolphin being 12 months. So they give birth about every 2 to 3 years up until they die. How about that, girls? No? Hard pass? That's a lot of kids. That's a whole lot of kids. Now, I'll tell you about the shrimp net right here. Look up above the back of his boat, you're going to see those two big steel doors hanging up. Those are called sleds. So when they hit the bottom, one will go far left, one will go far right, and that's how he keeps the net wide open on the bottom. What's on the bottom, it looks like a big funnel. It's wide at the mouth and narrow at the back. That's where the shrimp collects in the back of the net. Look here towards the back of the net. In the purple part, you're going to see about a 4 foot by 4 foot oval frame in his net. There's small bars, about 4-inch spacing between them. That metal frame in his net is called a TED, a turtle excluder device. So as they drag their nets on the bottom, if they happen to catch a sea turtle in their nets, that sea turtle will then hit that TED and then be bounced out of the net through an emergency escape opening. It's a system set up just for the safety of our sea turtles, and they all have to have it. The shrimp will pass through the small bars there with a 4-inch spacing. Now the dolphins to the right, front right you can see that brown structure in the water down there. That's an old shipwreck, the SS Selma. Back in 1865, there was a steel shortage in this country, and they made a cargo ship out of concrete. And it operated for many years out of Tampico, Mexico, until it hit a reef, putting a 60-foot crack in its hull. They brought it back here to Galveston for repairs, found out how much it was going to be to fix it, said no thanks, took it down there to shallow water in front of us, and partially sunk it there in 1922. It's been there now for over 100 years. Side of us, you're going to see a tall building with a blue top and a yellow seahorse painted on it. That's a motel. That's a hotel for your boat, a motel. They'll put it up on a rack. You can call ahead and they'll bring it down for you. It does come with a hefty price tag though, like most anything with a boat does. In my opinion, there's 2 good days for a boat owner. The day you buy it and the day you sell it. There's an acronym for the word boat. Anyone know what it means?
Money pit.
Money pit, yeah. First out, another 1,000. It's a very fun hobby, but it can be a very expensive one too. And the boats you're going to see back here in front of us are all part of Galveston's offshore shrimping fleet. These shrimp boats will head offshore for 35 to 45 days. With a crew of 4, they'll sleep all day, they'll shrimp all night, and they'll come back to port with anywhere from about 300 to 580 pounds. Everyone took that deal, except for one man, Mr. William Wallace. He said, nope, I've lived here my entire life. You're not going to take my house from me or my view of this harbor. So they fought back and forth over it. They took the old man to court, and they fought back and forth some more. And eventually, the face-off. The next day, on the second floor, the old man's face appeared again. They said, okay, well, that's kind of creepy, but we know how to do this now. They acid washed it, and again, it did take the face off. The third day, as you might guess, on the bottom floor, the old man's face appeared again. And right below that concrete square is a door that leads directly into the very bottom of the building. They thought, well, if we acid wash the face off there a third time, tomorrow he just might go in that door, then haunt the entire building. And we don't want that. So they left it there. And I'm going to show you where you can still see an outline of the old man's face overlooking the harbor directly from where his house once was. Now, you folks on the right side, you all need to stand up. We're going to look to the left over here. You see a black and white boat sitting there called the Green Knight. Look behind it, you're going to see the truck there and the yellow forklift, and beyond all that, there's 2 palm trees right there. Watch behind that far right palm tree on the building as it moves. Read a little white trailer, and you're going to see the outline of the old man's face. There he is. That's Mr. William Wallace. That's where his house was right there. He was a retired Texas Ranger. You can look it up. You can read all about it. You'll see a picture of the old man. That's a striking resemblance, almost a mirror image, in fact, of what you see right there. And if you notice, the 2 concrete squares right above it, either kind of lighter in color or discolored. Where the face once was at one time, they had to acid wash it off. And the door right below him, that's the door they did not want him to go into, so they left him right there. Now, if you Google William Wallace, all you're going to find is that Scottish rebel from the movie Braveheart with Mel Gibson, which is not a bad thing. It's a great movie, but you won't find this. So you got to look up the Galveston face William Wallace, and that's how you're going to find a picture of this one, otherwise known as Bigfoot Wallace. And they called him Bigfoot Wallace because as a Texas Ranger, he left a mighty big footprint in the Rio Grande Valley. All 5 weeks worth, everything, directly into the Gulf of Mexico. and then I would write them a $98,000 fine. I did that 32 times over a 2-year span, 77 times in total. Do the math on that. My last and final one was about a week before I retired, and it's a lot of money. I know, I get it, believe me, but you know what? There is absolutely no excuse at all for throwing all that trash into these waters. This is their livelihood. I can't imagine why they want to pollute it, but not on my watch. So I did my very best, and I'll prevent that. Okay, who's driving next? You want to dive in, the girl?
Eddie, good job. Eddie, good job. Oh my God. Monument, and it's unsure where it's going to go next. I know that we want it here in Galveston, Beaumont wants it, Baytown, Corpus Christi, so we'll see where it goes next. It was built in 1912, decommissioned in 1948. It is the only surviving battleship that fought in both World War I and World War II. My favorite battleship Texas, goes on Vivian, okay, high five. My favorite battleship Texas story dates back to the beaches of Normandy on D-Day, June 6, 1944. It was out there firing its 14-inch guns and they were coming up shy. So, in a true Texas fashion, they purposely flooded the right side of that ship. Having it kind of tilt over about 10 degrees to get the guns more arc to reach the beach, and it worked. I'm quite certain the phrase, "Don't mess with Texas," might have come from the battleship Texas. And it's sitting inside of a dry dock. So they sunk the dry dock down deep, pushed the ship up in there, then floated it back up again, and that's how you dry dock a ship. That's a real piece of history. What's your name, sir? Recommend it. If you want to eat there, there is one thing that you absolutely have to get. It's one of my favorites. It's an appetizer. The shrimp kisses. Dear Lord, they are amazing. Shrimp wrapped in bacon with melted cheese. Oh my.
You're from the game. They just sit down and
Get it! Oh, guys, this mommy. Let me get mommy's water. You guys want some ice?
No, I don't want ice.
This is mommy's stuff.
Mommy, I want ice.
No ice cream. We had ice cream yesterday.
Mommy.
Emily.
Ice?
Hi.
아이.
Mommy told you I hold on to you.
우리 혜리 drive so
Do
good.
you want some water?
혜리, you do. You
You want water?
어.
죽여버린대. dolphin들이 막 죽이고.
돌핀들이
왜냐면
상어를?
G territory라고.
오.
territorial.
오. 아니
돌핀이?
돌핀이 상어를 죽인다잖아. 자기 구역이라고.
What happened? Oh my God, Damon! Damon!
Let's go home.